Excuse me. Welcome. Stevie says welcome. It is episode 193. How fun is that? Isn't
Perfect.
that crazy?
It's insane.
What are we drinking? Well, I'm double dipping today. I had a taste. I had a taste for a Bloody Mary. I got up very early to do a bunch of press, and I don't know why. And then I want a beer back.
Nice.
The beer, it's I have another beer just in case, because this one.
This one's a lot.
Yeah, this is from a senior termite.
Oh.
Yeah, a sermite. A sermite,
I like
if you
it.
will,
Yeah.
named Kathy. It's a chocolate golden stout from Big Oyster Brewery in Lewes, Delaware. I think I'm saying that right.
Lewes? Yeah.
Lewes?
Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Where do you live? Lewes.
Lewes.
I live in Lewes. Let me put my phone over here. And then I got a regular beer to back. But what's in the Bloody Mary, this is crazy. And I have to read you guys this description. So the vodka.
I couldn't believe when you brought that home.
So, well, this was given to me by termites Trina and Mike. Wait till I'm saving this. I don't know if my sister-in-law listens to this podcast, but she's from Philly. And they have a thing there called Scrapple. Mm-hmm. Well, she found it in a frozen food section in Missouri and just lost her mind. She was so fucking excited. And the rest of us that aren't from there were like, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you like it.
Right.
So this is Scrapple vodka.
It's in your Bloody Mary.
I know. Well, it tastes great. I mean, I don't have a problem. This is what they should do with all their Scrapple. Make vodka out of it. What is it? Because if you've never spent time in the Philadelphia area, probably or Pennsylvania, really, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a pork-based meat product that is officially classified as a mush.
Oh,
Well, I don't mind it.
mush.
It's like hash. It's like
Gross.
hash, kinda. Mush is a cornmeal-based pudding that is boiled, set, and then sliced and often pan-fried. There are mushes out there that are more bread-like, but Scrapple is meaty. Delicious. It looks like gray meatloaf. Who in the fuck would describe their product as looking like gray meatloaf? You slice it and fry it in a pan. As it cooks, the outside turns crisp while the brown center stays soft. It is most commonly served as a breakfast meat. I've had it in the Reading Terminal Market. There's a really great breakfast place in there. Mm-hmm. It's also where I saw Greg Olson, the commentator, walk by me, and I was like, "Oh wow, isn't he something?" Former tight end,
Seahawks.
right? Seahawks, right? I forgot about that. Anyway, it's commonly served as a breakfast meat. Mm-hmm. Lots of people eat it with ketchup, but I've also seen it with mustard, slathered in something like sweet, also like jelly or apple butter.
Oh, God.
Where did it originate? It has a unique association with the Pennsylvania Dutch, a German ethnic group who immigrated from the United States starting in the 17th century. By the way, everybody in South St. Louis who would sweep their porches a lot, this is just old school racism.
Okay.
My dad would go, look at those scrubby Pennsylvania Dutch.
What?
I was like, exactly.
What does that even mean?
It means, like, I was like 9, and I'm like, what's a scrubby? The Pennsylvania Dutch, and it's not a negative thing, but they're really into cleaning.
Yeah, they're very clean.
They're very, they're neat freaks.
Yep.
I don't know why my dad judged that so harshly, and I like that his racism was about races that nobody even discusses anymore.
True that.
His racism was outdated. That's how old. Look at those scrubby Pennsylvania Dutch. I'm like, Dad, who cares? Anyway, I got up. So it's the Pennsylvania Dutch. They initially settled around Lancaster. If you'd like to see tons of Amish people, go to Lancaster. They eventually spread west into Ohio and Indiana and south into Delaware, New Jersey, and Maryland. Nice. The Amish and Mennonites are subsections of the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Uh-huh.
I actually know an Amish person who became a comedian. His name is Chris Voth in Denver.
He was what?
He was Amish.
Stop it.
No, I'm not
For
kidding.
real Amish?
Yeah, because there was another comedian that didn't know him and was like, yeah, what's up with that Chris guy? He's funny and stuff. He's very funny. He goes, he's funny and stuff, but backstage sometimes it's a little awkward. I'm like, well, he was Amish. He's not quite all in yet. Give him time. It's going to take about 30 years for him to assimilate properly. Or maybe Chris was just like that anyway. I don't find him awkward. It was just a comedian said that to me. It made me laugh because I thought he was implying,
Which is probably
like,
why he's a Vikings fan. Yeah. Seems
Oh, it's hot.
It's the only way you can tolerate.
Anyway, so Scrapple vodka. Thank you for that. Now I have a new Christmas present idea for my sister-in-law. She'll be so excited.
Your friend Dory, too.
Yeah, Dory doesn't know about it. She's Philly through and through, too. And look, Kristen and her very cool son, Thomas, got me this. It's a sad trombone for sad stories. If it's a frightening or alarming story, you get to go. And then Mike and Trina brought me a Christmas screaming goat, but I'm not opening that till the holidays.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that will not.
It's got a sweater.
I know, it's adorable. I wonder what he's gonna scream. Just scream, but he's got a sweater on, so it counts as Christmas.
They do look alike.
Yeah, well, I'm not opening that. I'm gonna wait till Thanksgiving. That's the official start of the Christmas season.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Christmas goat. Nice.
Also,
Something to look forward to.
before we get going here, we have a new T-shirt. Termites. It's on the website. Everybody keeps quoting this joke, so I thought, fine. It says Madigan's Pubcast on the front. It has a mermaid, and then the back says, I don't know, somebody saw one once, and there's a mermaid. Yeah, that's an old joke, but everybody seems to like it. So it's a black T-shirt with cool accent colors. Thank you. They're on the website.
Nice.
Sometimes I take merch to a town, but it's not very often because it's a pain in the ass, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And then if you're going to commit to it, you got to have a whole truck and a person. And everybody's merch guy is always weird.
Yeah.
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 Sorry, merch guys. But except Lewes Blacks.
Yeah.
So Lewes went to grade school. He's known Lenny since they were like in 5th grade or something, like grade school. And then Lenny retired, and Lou's like, well, hey, do you want to just go for fun out on the road? And, you know, you'll get paid. Lenny's retired. He's fine. He doesn't need the money. And Lenny was like, yeah, I'd love to do it. I want to go see the country, blah, blah, blah. So Lenny was an editor and a journalist and worked for, like, the Washington Post and all this crazy shit. Yeah.
Lenny?
Yeah, Lenny.
Wow.
Yeah. And then my friend Jim was over at my house, and he goes, is that Lou's merch guy? It was on C-SPAN, and there was a dais of all these journalists and stuff. And I go, yep, that's Lou's merch guy, Lenny, the most overqualified merch man in the history of ever.
That's fantastic.
All right, we're going to try a few treats here, then we're moving on.
Cool.
Wrap snacks. These are at a lot of gas stations if you'd like to try it. This is Snoop Dogg's Cheddar Barbecue Tortilla Chip.
Who brought it for you?
I think they've gone too far with this. Gail and Harry, they're from Montauk.
Nice. Mm-hmm. They have wrap snacks in Montauk.
Oh, no. No.
Cheddar barbecue.
Snoop went too far.
Gross.
Oh, man, they're... Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, well, yeah, they're good for... I was like, oh, well, they're expired. They're not expired.
They're
and
just
then
bad.
Philly cheesecake. Philly cheesesteak.
Gotta be expired.
Let's see. This is from another Kathleen, who's a 26-year-old term. Nobody's named Kathleen under 50.
Wonderful.
Look at a 26-year-old bringing my name back.
Nice.
I don't know. I asked my brother, I said, if you have a girl, you name it Kathleen. It's like, gross. You don't name people after your aunt.
Why?
Why? That's what I said.
My middle name's my aunt.
You don't think we have an older Pat somewhere that's your uncle?
Right.
I mean, idiot.
Let's not talk to Patrick about naming.
Yeah, we can't talk to Patrick about naming people.
What, do you like them?
Hmm?
You like them?
No, they're gross.
You don't like them? Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm glad you guys bring them. I like to try them. You're saving me $1.79. Let's see how much that was. Oh, $2.69.
Oh, wow.
Mark it off the list.
Wow.
Young Kathleen wants me to do another story time. I will at some point, but there's too much going on right now. Way too much going
Are
on.
you busy?
Just a little. By the way, I forgot to well, I'll get to that after. Here's where I'm going. These are the all the 2025 day drinking tickets are on sale, and the on sale went great. Thank you.
What is the tour name?
It's called the day drinking tour because that's my new thing. That went great, and if you want to go, there's more left everywhere. But here's where I'm going in the near future, meaning like this weekend. Columbus, Ohio, yay! Lexington, Kentucky. Unfortunately, I'm battling the Kentucky-Georgia game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame people, but you could do maybe both. Yeah. Maybe tape one. I don't know. September 19th, Oklahoma City. September 21st, Dallas, Texas. We had a little change of opening acts there. My friend Aaron and his wife, the baby was supposed to be next month, and now it could be any day, so Aaron can't do it. And instead, Google John Novosad from Denver, Colorado, also known sometimes as Hippie Man.
Fantastic.
He's going to do Oklahoma and Dallas, and I'm so excited. He's so funny. I was excited about Aaron too, but replacement-wise, sometimes you can't get good people at the very last minute. Boom. September 27th, Foxwoods Casino, Connecticut. 28th, New York City. October 11th, Troy, New York, where they film what? The Gilded Age. Some of it. October 12th, Burlington, Vermont. October 19th, Salt Lake City. October 25th, Spartanburg, South Carolina. And October 26th, Wilmington, North Carolina.
Nice.
There's a million more that go through May. If you'd like to go do that, I will not, bog everybody down. So where I was this week was so fun. Tarrytown, New York. It's about an hour away from New York. It's on the Hudson River.
The stuff you said was beautiful.
It's just an idyllic town. Now, it's not cheap to live there. No. It's pretty pricey because you could take the train and be in the city in half an hour. How great is that?
Well, that's
then
cool.
You can get on the train and boom, be out in Happy Land by the river. And my friend Laura, nobody ever makes me a dinner reservation. Like, I always have to do it. Like, after the show, there'll be 15 of my relatives. Where are we supposed to go drinking? Well, I don't know, guys. Why don't you call the Weston Bar? Yeah, I always end up being in charge. So it's so nice. She made a reservation at this place called the Red Hat right down by the river.
Oh, cool.
It was a perfect night outside to sit outside and drink. And she brought her friend. It was a great time. And then, super awesome surprise, I got to meet Meredith Vieira.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah, she likes comedy. She came to the show and then came backstage and drank a little bit with us. And the opening act, Andrew Stanley, very, very funny. Andrew's very young. He's 32. And we'd been hanging out backstage for like an hour. And Andrew goes, wait a minute. He looked at Meredith. He goes, it just dawned on me. You're the lady who used to host Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And she's so funny. She's like, Andrew, I thought you were smart from listening to your act, but now I'm thinking maybe you're not that smart. Hello, Andrew. It's me, Meredith. She was so funny and smart. So that was really, she has a game show, 25 words or less, and I was supposed to go do it. I promised I would because they were taping in Atlanta, and then my dad got sick and I couldn't do it. So I'm going to redo that at some point. And good for Meredith. It was super fun. I hope she stays in touch.
Did you get her phone number?
Well, I did get her phone number, but I have a tendency to flip numbers, so I texted probably 2 people before I got a hold of Meredith. Yeah, but it was just a picture. Somebody's got a picture of me and Meredith in their phone.
Nice.
And they're probably going, who are these fucking ladies? And then Wilmington, Delaware, I got to see my friend, my sister's friend, Michelle, who I've known since she was 14.
Really?
So, yes, because she's my sister's BFF. There's like a clique of them. That was super fun, and the shows were great. Cool. Sold out, great. And I got to go to Chickies and Pete's. If you're not an East Coaster, it's just one of the greatest sports bars ever. And they have a cheesesteak sandwich. That's what they're kind of known for. And
People are asking about the crab fries.
the crab fries are great because they make French fries and just dump Old Bay seasoning on them. I mean,
nice.
that's all you need to order when you go in there. Just get a basket of Old Bay fries or crab fries, whatever they want to call them. But really, that's what it is.
Nice. Delicious.
Yes. And I'm very proud of my friend Andrew Stanley. He's going to tape a special, and he sold out one of his shows already at the Buckhead Theater in Atlanta.
Cool.
Boom. Good for him. All right, that's it. We're going to move on. Let's get this Scrapple news out of here.
That is gross.
Well, people need to know.
Gelatin.
Because it's good. It's like getting offered grits in the South, except it's much more specific to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Like the whole South offers you grits. The entire South. Hold on. Let me move some of this shit.
Grits doesn't have parts in it.
No, grits reminds me of Army food.
I love it.
Well, I don't mind it if I dump a whole bucket of butter and then salt on it.
Absolutely.
But if you got to do that, was it good to begin with?
Yes.
Well, I don't know about all that.
It's like tofu.
I feel like it's what
Takes it on.
you could make buckets of it for $2, and that's what the South did. And then they serve it and act like it's upscale. Sometimes if they put cheese on it, Waffle House has cheese grits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Shrimp and grits at fancy places.
Shrimp and grits are very fancy. I like it like that. Before we get into anything, I have a new candle
Oh.
sent to me by my friend Billy. He's the equipment manager for the Blue Jays,
Nice.
the Toronto baseball team. It's George Kittle.
Ah,
And if you don't know George, He's a tight end on my fantasy team, and in real life, he plays for Kathleen Madigan. In fantasy, he plays for the San Francisco 49ers. I won both of my things.
No way.
Yeah, and then in the pick'em pool, I'm in 5th. I got 13 out of 15 right. Boom.
Great.
It was just an on-fire weekend.
I lost both my games.
George only got me 8 points, though. It's not very good for a tight end.
Game 1. The season is just starting.
Game 1, yeah, but Christian McCaffrey wasn't even playing. Imagine when that happens.
No. Then he's a decoy.
I still can't believe Lewes took Cleveland to win. I was like, oh, he's going to go to like 24th. He's just going to drop. There's 37 people in the pick'em thing, the pick'em pool deal. And I haven't spoke to him today because I've been doing a lot of press, and he was busy yesterday. And it's going to be a hard talk for him. There's been a lot of losses in his camp. He lost one of the leagues I'm aware of. I don't know about his expensive super shishi one. I don't know, Lewis. Better hunker down and get on that waiver wire right now.
Fantasy loser.
Yep. It was very funny, too, because we taught my cousin Connie how to play, because she always said, well, I want to know. And then my cousin Mike's a total gamble monster. And I thought, I don't know if this would be enough to keep Connie's attention. Like, some people join, and then they're like, it's too much. And it's really not on the apps. It can look overwhelming, but it's not. I beat her by 1 point. Yeah.
Wow.
And she's like, well, congratulations. I'm off to the waiver wire. I'm like, wow, she already knows the words. The waiver wire, if you don't play, is where you can go pick up people instead of the people you have. You can go switch out your kicker or whatever.
For 12 hours.
Yes. Queen news. Dolly's wines have launched in the UK. Her Prosecco and her Rosé range. So if you happen to be...
Prosecco?
I know.
That's a shot.
We're kind of jumping some sharks here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went from moonshine to Prosecco. I can't even say it. I hate Prosecco.
Yeah.
Well, I don't hate it.
It's sweet.
It's just too sweet. Yeah. So she's there. That's what she did this week. I mean, the woman's insane. The business that is going on. I know she gets up early, and people always say, well, if you get up early, you get more done. Well, I don't know. Queen news. Tay-Tay? Okay.
She's behind you.
Yeah, she's behind me. She did not sit with Brittany at the Kansas City game, but she got her own little box, but she did go to the U.S. Open and sit with them and hug them, showing what I think should be shown. You can be friends with people that politically disagree with you. My chimpanzee, Pinky Tito, Mark, my pickleball partner, every day he and I fight over something in politics. Every day. We want to have a show called, because when he gets really, when he has a point and he thinks he's got a good one, he goes, oh, now Kathleen, watch this. So, and then he has a point that I know we heard from Tucker Carlson, and he's embellished some of that, and then I have to refute all that. And then we laugh and laugh and laugh, and then I'm like, Pinky Tito, watch this. Conversation's over. We're going to play pickleball. Shut your mouth. He was mad last night because he doesn't want Tay-Tay to say who she's voting for. And then he said George W. wouldn't say who he was voting for, but he did say it by not saying it. I go, well, isn't she then saying it by not saying it? What do you want people to do, Mark?
He's got to think about that.
Snoop's been laying low.
He's tired.
He's very tired. That whole thing wore him out.
He's getting ready for the voice.
Tom, oh, he is going on The Voice. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
He'll be great. It might make me watch it.
Yeah.
Little Tom Brady. Tommy. He started his debut as an announcer this weekend. He looked so cute.
Oh, he's so cute.
Here's a problem.
Oh, no.
Here's the problem. Tommy doesn't have a good speaking voice. It's kind of high. It's very analytical. I thought what he said was great. I don't think people were really trashing him. And I thought then I'd look at their profile picture and I thought, you're just jealous. You're not as handsome as Tom. That's what I thought. Yeah, you're just jealous. He said smart stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. His voice is kind of high. It's weird. Yeah, like you can go fix that.
Yeah.
You can go get a voice lesson and then they'll teach you.
What?
Teach
How
you.
to speak differently?
Well, how to go deeper or higher or
Can you
whatever.
imagine if you went deeper?
If I went any deeper, no, I'd be underground. I would just be, no, that's impossible.
He needs to start smoking.
Yeah, let's have him do that. You're already healthy. It's not going to kill you. We know that.
So
Chapel Roan, her aunt emailed me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't print it off.
That's okay.
I will.
She just said nice things, and she's from Missouri, and I feel a kinship towards Chapel. She's a Midwest princess.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I like it.
And her aunt just said, yeah, so here I'm sitting down in, whatever, I won't say the towns because apparently people are stalking them in southern Missouri.
Wow.
I know. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with people. And Stevie's on vacation. Stevie's not doing anything. She's very tired. She's resting her voice and playing it probably in her Malibu mansion, or maybe she's in Phoenix enjoying 120 degrees. I don't know. That's it. Jelly went to a prison on tour to sing some songs for free for the kids.
He's so good.
I saw the video.
He's wonderful.
Update! Mattress Mack is out of the hospital.
Yay!
Back at his furniture store, and if you go follow him on Instagram, he is the funniest thing because he had cellulitis in his leg, and they told him he had to keep his leg high. So he's trying to sell me this chair that he's selling at his furniture store, and he's showing how high your leg can go. He's like, so if any of you got cellulitis or circulation issues, this chair, it's got a remote control, it's got coffee, it's got cups for drinks.
He's crazy.
It's a leather number. Yeah, he's at Mattress Mack on Instagram if you want to follow him. Yeah. So at least he's out of the hospital. Maybe it was just cellulitis. I hope it wasn't a tiny stroke. No. Okay. Update? You're not going to like this, pals.
Oh, no.
No, it's just a slight update. It's a tiny update.
It's a slut date.
Anna Delvey had to
No.
request ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, in case you don't know what ICE stands for permission to compete on Dancing with the
Who
Stars.
gave it to her?
Well, I don't know. I don't know why they're not saying
Force that shit on us.
she still has an ICE pending case. And we're going to let her
She's a sociopath.
I know she's a sociopath, but she is entertaining. She's going to perform with I call it low jack on her leg. I don't know what they're called. The honing device, tracking device. She goes, well, I approached my team and I had to request ICE for permission to travel out of the state because it is being filmed in Los Angeles and I'm based in New York. It took them about 10 days to get it through the system and for everything to be approved. By the time I got approval, it was very close to starting, so I had to flew to LA pretty much the next day, and I decided, why not? Where'd she get the money to fly to LA?
Exactly.
I don't think Dancing with the Stars pays for plane tickets anymore. Not in season 33. All that started season 1. They probably did. And that shit got cut out as soon as they figured these idiots will come to us.
842.
When I asked about facing potential backlash for her controversial casting, she said, "It's just not that serious. If someone is upset about that casting on a dancing show, I don't know what to tell them."
I hate her. I hate her.
Well, I don't think she should be able to stay.
No.
I mean, you did your prison time, but then you got to go home. That's part of the deal.
Dancing in Munich. That's
Right.
what she should be doing.
Dancing in Munich.
Yeah, get over there.
Dancing in Heidelberg. Let's make it more like The Sound of Music. Update. Burning Man fizzled out.
Oh, no.
Well, not only did a 39-year-old die, and then the first day they had floods. I for the life of me, I cannot figure out why anyone would put themselves through this. But I wouldn't have done it at 20.
It's the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burning Man's rich list fly off in private planes as hard-up revelers face poo reality, meaning there's no bathrooms left.
Poo reality.
That's what it says. Yeah. The Black Rock Desert is now a dumping ground for trash after 70,000 festival goers vacated the site on Monday, September 3rd. It's reported that the festival's wealthy attendees made a swift exit via private jets, while the less fortunate partygoers endured long lines amidst their own waste.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Every year, burners leave behind vehicles, ruined tents, bicycles, even odors, worn-out furry costumes as they depart from the sun-scorched temporary city following 9 days of debauchery.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Everybody else was sitting in traffic for a minimum of 5 hours, and then they don't clean it up. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm too. Oh, wait, yeah, I always say I'm too old for that, but I would not have done it when I was 25. No.
No.
I'm not. I don't like a situation where I can't get out.
Right.
And I learned that from going to servers' apartment parties in comedy clubs where they'd go, oh, Susie's having a party. We'll give you a ride. This is when I was like 25.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, shit, I'm in Susie's weird apartment.
Yeah.
And Susie's got nothing here except a box of Cheerios on top of the refrigerator. And there's no Uber.
No.
Yeah, a taxi. No, you wouldn't. You just got to wait till somebody leaves. I don't like being trapped like that. I like to know. Update. Serious criminal update.
Whoa.
And it's not a traitor.
Good.
It's Xavier Babajar,
Who's that?
a.k.a. the Chiefsaholic, the guy who dressed like the wolf.
Right.
And he robbed banks in each town, and then he'd have enough money. But everybody did love the wolf. I loved him.
Yeah.
When they'd show him at a game, and I don't know why we had a wolf.
He's very gregarious.
I think I looked it up once, and I don't even remember why we had a wolf. Chief Supervan Xavier Babadur was sentenced to 17 and a half years in prison without parole and 3 years of supervised release Thursday for committing a string of armed bank robberies across the United States.
Wow.
17 and a half years.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Patrick Mahomes will still be playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
He entered a plea deal in February in which he admitted to stealing more than $800,000. Well, Anna Schmuckface stole $400,000.
And
She's on Dancing with the Stars. Let's get some little support for the wolf. Huh? He pleaded one count of bank robbery, one count of money laundering, one count of transporting stolen property across state lines. Well, yeah, you have to transport it because you got to go to the next game. Hello? They're all not in Kansas. The Chiefs travel, so the wolf needs to go too.
Wolf's got to go.
He became a staple and was adored by fans at Arrowhead and on social media when he crafted a persona of a hardworking, generous bachelor.
Oh, generous bachelor. Wow.
Oh, it began in March 22. That's how fast they caught him and convicted him, though. 2 years. That for the law, that's really fast.
Yeah.
He had a gambling addiction. That's what his lawyer said.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not an addiction to gambling. It's not an addiction to the Chiefs. It's an addiction to fame. Oh, it's so layered.
Salacious.
He did get a little violent with a Nashville credit union employee. And here's the thing.
What?
Well, here's what I would.
Nashville Credit Union?
Yeah, he robbed one of them, and he told the employee, that he would blow your brains out if they didn't give him a dye pack. If they gave him a dye pack, you know, the stuff that explodes in the money, he would come back and put a bullet in their head. Here's what the wolf didn't know. Titans tickets are like $1. There was no need to rob a bank. You could just go downtown on Broadway and trade something.
Totally.
Yeah, like a friendship bracelet. You go, you know what? I don't really feel like walking over the footbridge. Would you like to go to the game? Because guess who the quarterback is? His name is Will Levis. It's going to be fabulous. Hurry up. Jesus Christ. I'm going next week. I'm going to get home from wherever I am on the road. I'm going right down to the Jets game.
Are you really?
Yep. I'm going to root against Aaron Rodgers. And I never thought I'd say this, but I'm going to root for Will Levis.
Oh, my God.
I like some of the Titans.
You like Tony Pollard.
I love Tony Pollard, and he's on my fantasy team. So I need that to happen.
Yeah, you're going to go root him in person.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a side talk with him in person. Maybe I'll make a sign. You are on my fantasy team. We need to speak. Thank you. Thank you. Update.
Totally freak him out.
My little fight going on in the Amazon, in Peru's Amazon, to
What
be
do we call
specific.
this?
Spears and arrows.
Spears and arrows.
Well, Team Spears and Arrows is winning.
Really?
Yep, and I'm happy for them. Not happy that people got to get killed over this, but you tell me what else. You can't let them in. I think we've learned that over the years. If you are an indigenous group, don't let the newcomers in. It's nothing but trouble. Well, 2 loggers in Peru's Amazon have been killed, 2 with bows and arrows, spears and arrows, and 2 others are missing after a clash with the Mashco Piro, an indigenous community that has long isolated itself. A local advocacy organization said on Tuesday. They were attacked by arrows by members of the tribe. Yeah, well, you know, I'm sorry for the loggers because they're probably just doing a gig.
Yeah.
But who's ever in charge of them?
Yeah, these people don't know that.
Nope.
It's crazy.
It's got to stop. The Minister of Culture needs to step up. But that's our count.
The Minister of Culture.
That's what it says in the article.
That's quite a title.
I didn't make that up.
If you did, I'd be impressed.
I would be impressed, too, if I'd made that up. I'm the Minister of Culture.
I must say, with a
Tonight we'll be drinking beer and playing bingo. Do you feel that that's cultural? Oh, I do. I feel like it's a Midwest Southern cultural phenomenon.
Cheese in a can.
Phenomenon. We'll be passing around a can of cheese whiz to the winners. Only the winners. Update. Kevin Costner's crying, and he's very emotional, and he doesn't know how he's going to make Horizon Chapter 3. Oh, well, you know what? Here's what we have to say to Kevin. Kevin, don't make a 3-part series in a movie theater.
You're not a cowboy.
You're not. You take off the hat. Stop it. He's melded into this thing where I believe he believes he's.
He does.
He thinks he's that man in Yellowstone.
Yeah, he needs a cowboy.
He needs an intervention, a cowboy intervention. Kevin, you're just a man. You don't live in 1864.
Nope.
It's 2024. Oh yeah, he was over at the Venice Film Festival.
Is he dating Susan Sarandon?
Is he dating Susan Sarandon?
Yeah. I read that somewhere.
Google it.
Okay.
I can't imagine that.
You would know this.
I don't know.
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon was always one of my dad's favorites.
Really?
Yeah, he thought she was just smoking hot. She is smoking hot.
Yeah.
And she still looks good. She says stupid shit every now and then, but she's super mouthy like that. But it always makes me laugh because it's always ill-timed.
Yep.
And then she has to apologize and say what she really meant.
She was dating a guy that played ping pong.
The ping pong person. I know. He created the ping pong bar, and you know she gave him the money for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ping pong's a passing fad. You don't build your bar around fucking ping pong. Maybe gambling.
Well, they're already built around that. And darts and...
Well, right. A regular bar might have pool or ping pong or darts and fun stuff. Yeah, but this was like a social club, you know, the fancy schmancy.
With mocktails.
Yeah, with mocktails instead of bottles of beer.
It's not even coming up.
It's not coming up. Well, you made that up, Paddles.
Yeah, let's start it.
You want to start that rumor? All right.
Yeah.
Well, with Horizon American Saga Chapter 2 premiering at the Venice Film Festival today, Kevin is making the rounds with an emotional plea for Chapter 3. They already had to delay and it's too bad because I loved Yellowstone. But he didn't write, produce, direct, and act in that. This is all by himself. This is his little vanity project he's waited his whole entire adult life to do.
There's a lot going on.
And I like him. I mean, I wished it would have worked.
Yeah.
But if you read every single review, I haven't read one that's good.
No. Nobody likes
And he quit Yellowstone for this. Why would I don't understand when people get the greatest roles of a lifetime. Why do you quit? I mean, after 5 years, maybe you're tired of it. I get it. This was not.
You're saying Yellowstone was better than Robin Hood? Prince of Thieves?
Was Yellowstone better than Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? For sure. I did not see that.
I did.
And
I would give it a solid C.
a solid C. Okay. Now, after financing most of the half-made film series himself, he spent $38 million. And rallying for outside investors, there's no denying he takes the future of his Western legacy very seriously. He got teary-eyed and cried as he spoke about the future of it. But see, then I don't know if you're acting.
Who cares?
Well,
If you're acting, I mean, he probably doesn't know anymore if he's acting.
there's going to be 4 total. He's begging for money for 3.
Wow.
You realize 2 is harder than 1. It's hard to go west. 3 is the same thing. It gets harder. I'll tell you this. Chapter 3 is devastating. It's devastating. You get to know all these people, and life keeps coming at them. You will see that. And it's that way. I don't think any of this is going to end well. But this is where I think egos get involved.
Yes.
And you got to go, look, I tried. It didn't work.
Nope.
The people say nay.
I'm going back to Montana.
Go call Yellowstone people and see if you can get your gig back. Yeah. That's what I would do. Yeah. Call them crying. Use your tears in the appropriate place.
Can I come back from the dead?
They would take him back.
Yes. He's fabulous.
Say a prayer to Jesus. Or maybe he could say a prayer to this kid. The first millennial saint has become sainted.
Yay!
Carlos Acutis. Carlos. The Pope said yes.
Great.
Boom.
Nice.
Yep.
Great.
He's very cute. He's a tech whiz. Yep. So as a Catholic now, if your computer breaks, you say a prayer to Carlos. He will become the patron saint, I'm sure, of technology, unless we already have one. See if there's a patron saint of technology. I'm sure there probably is one, but this kid should get it. We should bump who's ever already been in. Whoever has been given the job needs to be bumped.
Because theirs still involves a Walkman.
Yeah. They're still doing tape recorders.
Yep. Let's see.
And dictaphones.
I'm going to have to reboot my computer.
Oh.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's no
We're
fun.
gonna go to the Snouts.
Well, this kid died in 2006.
The Gigo machine is down.
You can go look at his body if you want. You want to go see him?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good
Well,
with
his body was exhumed in 2019 and transferred to a shrine at the Church of St. Mary Major, the very spot where St. Francis is said to have shed his luxurious clothing for a habit by way of renouncing his wealth. It remains on display in a glass case wearing blue jeans, an authentic athletic zip-up, and Nike sneakers. More than 41 people have visited Carlos's tomb during the celebration of his beatification.
Wow.
Beatification is one of the steps to get to sainthood. That's when he was just hanging out, waiting. He was in a waiting room.
I understand.
His website did all the Catholic stuff, and his parents weren't even that Catholic. It is a little strange.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they were Catholic, but they weren't like
Uber Catholic.
uber-duber, go to church. Like my grandma's went to Mass every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
I'll bet they are now.
You think my...
No, I think they're Uber Catholic now.
Yeah, I'm sure they are uber Catholic.
Yeah, we got a saint.
Update, Big Lots declared bankruptcy. We knew it was coming. If you listen to this podcast, we have our little business articles, and it's time. But and Red Lobster too.
Oh.
Well, Red Lobster already did, but they've shuttered more than 100 locations. And LL Flooring's going down. I'm gonna go over there tomorrow.
LL Flooring.
LL Flooring is one of the biggest flooring stores in the United States of America. I've been in one. They're awesome.
Okay.
But they're Home Depot's biggest competitor. But for some reason, they couldn't get their shit together.
Okay.
And they're having a huge closing down sale at 442 stores. So if you want some floors,
Get over there.
I got to get some floors in my little Ozark house. Yeah.
Floors.
Mike, the builder's going to start calling, yelling at me if I don't get my shit together.
Get lame.
I'm like, God damn, I'm busy.
My fantasy team's a mess.
I know. That's why, because he'll always say, where are you at on the road? And then I send him a picture of somewhere. He's like, oh, I wanted to go there. I'm like, Mike, I don't think you've gone very many places. I like that he likes to see it, though.
Yeah.
He wants to know, what does Wilmington, Delaware look like?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, just any picture? It's just a downtown. But he likes it. He's a great guy. I'm so fortunate that I just randomly met a builder.
Yep.
I've only built 2 houses in my life. This one and the one building the Ozarks. And both times I just pulled up and there was a nice man.
There was a guy.
Yeah, a real nice guy.
I want the gig.
Usually we're about the same age. I'm like, you got anything going on after you're done with that one? Nope. Great. Now you do. Okay. Do we need to sign shit or can I just trust you? The house here, I found a picture on the internet. I'm like, that's cool. It was somewhere in Washington, the state of Washington. I said, hey, can you build this? He's like, sure, Kathleen. Why? Because I'm United States Army CB2. I'm like, what's that?
What does that mean?
Construction Battalion number 2. He learned how to build in the Army. So if you want to get to your Big Lots, get down there.
Weren't you betting on football with him?
Betting on football with Mike? Oh, yeah, we bet a 12-pack of Mick Ultra, but he thought Kansas City would win by 10 or more. I said, nope. I called 6. It was 7.
Whoa!
Winner.
Whoa!
Yep.
You have witch powers.
Yeah, that's right. Big Lots stock has plummeted 50% last Thursday morning, and it fell to 56 cents.
56 cents.
Yeah.
Cheaper than a
And they already closed hundreds of locations. The Chapter 11 protection, that's what they're seeking. I don't know. I kind of hope mine closes.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you want in there?
I would love a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's.
You would never come home.
I love those. Well, I don't have one. I have to go to the next town. I got to go to the highway and go down 2 exits. I don't like it.
You act like you
I want one
You don't have
on
to
my
walk.
main road.
Okay.
What?
You don't have to walk.
No, I don't have to walk.
Right. You're fine.
It would be better if they could put one where I could walk to it. That'd be great.
Oh my god.
Me and Miss Daisy could go. I'd get a scooter and go with her.
Miss Daisy.
Miss Daisy is my neighbor. She sometimes gets water on the brain and she gets dizzy. So her nickname is called...
Water on the brain?
Yeah, it's fluid on the brain. You have to have it drained. As a child, in a bad way, my parents would say, well, I won't even say it, but they had bad names for those. Not bad name, but, you know, they weren't medical terms. Let's put it that way. But she told me because she crashed her scooter into the subdivision entrance and she'd fallen off. So me and my neighbors, but they were like, we've already been drinking. Can you drive her home? This is what happens when your neighbors are old. I'm like, it's 4:30. God, guys. I'm like, yeah, I'll drive her home. But I told my neighbor Jeff, I'm like, you get on a scooter and you drive that home. You can do that. They weren't drunk. It's just they don't want to drink and drive. I'm like, you're technically, it's electric.
Yeah.
It's a battery.
Right.
So it doesn't, I don't know. Well, she gets dizzy, she said, because when there's too much water on her brain, she gets dizzy. Okay. And she can wreck stuff like on her thing. But on a good day, her and I could get, if I could get a scooter too, if I did have a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's, I could go get Miss Dizzy and take her for a little shopping trip.
Fantastic.
Right.
Nice.
All right. What are we watching?
You have an eventful cove.
There's a lot going on in this cove. Let me tell you what, a lot going on.
Wow.
We're going to go a little tiny deep dive into Chimp Crazy. Because everybody watching it that I know loves it, but we all don't really. First of all, I do not know how in this country it is still legal to buy chimps.
I don't either.
They're 200. So the lady, it's confusing because the chimp's name is Tonka. I'm just going to assume everyone's seen this because I can't go explain the whole thing. If you haven't, skip this part of the Pubcast and go watch it and then come back to the Pubcast.
Okay.
Yeah, just fair warning. Tonka is the chimp. There was a chimp preserve in St. Louis. PETA found out they weren't being treated well, which was true. PETA goes down, does a great job, saves like 9 out of 10. My numbers are probably a little off, but basically most of them, 95%. But there was one missing. And Tanya is the lady who took over the chimps from Connie, who was older. Tanya, I don't know how else to describe this, except I think something went very wrong in these people's lives.
Yep.
And they flat out say, I love the chimp more than my husband, more than my kids. And the adult kids,
right there.
the husband's right there. The adult kids are like, yeah. I mean, like my dad used to joke and say, well, if it's you guys or I'm going fishing, yeah.
There you go.
Right. But he always took us. I mean, it was a joke.
Right.
This lady's not joking. So she took Tonka and then hid him in the Ozarks where I'm building the house. But I like to point out to my brother Joe and his wife Amy, Tanya's on your road. She's not on my road.
Oh.
No. There's a little mic drop. And her safari park, which won't make any money because nobody's in the Ozarks except fishermen from October 1st till May 1st.
Right.
I mean, there's no tourists to go. They don't go down. They go in the summer and that's it.
Right.
So I don't even see how that thing's going to make any money. But anyway, PETA found out about Tonka being held and kept and hidden. The big controversy is the filmmakers, HBO guys. There's a main director guy. He looks like somebody too. He looks like James Cameron or something.
Yeah.
He very much resembles some other middle-aged director. And then there's a go-between guy who also loves animals, and they convince her to trust them.
Right.
But he says they told her, don't say anything on camera that you don't want put out there. Well, but she can't stop talking.
Yeah,
And then she admitted, I do have Tonka. I've hidden him. You want to see him? He's in the basement. And this poor chimp looks so sad
yeah.
because I thought, how much money is PETA going to spend?
To get done.
You got 9 out of 10. Isn't that pretty good track record? But then when you see Tonka, you're like, this is bullshit. He should be happy.
Right.
Like, none of this should be happening to begin with.
Right.
But now we have this situation. Well, she said he had congestive heart failure and he had a stroke. I'm like, well, I don't know what kind of stroke he had because she's like, give me your McNugget bag. And he hands her his trash bag. I mean, his brain was working fine. And he's in the cage, like going crazy. And, well, they show it in the movie that she's hidden Tonka. Right. And then she finds out in the movie they're the ones who tipped off PETA and said, hey, she's still got Tonka, which they kind of knew, but they didn't know where Tonka was.
Right.
Well, then they go get him, and she's heartbroken. They take him to the Florida Preserve, which is phenomenal.
It looks cool. Yeah.
There's islands and all this greenery, and I'm sure it's swampy, but I'm sure Tonka could take an alligator in a hot minute. Tonka just bitch slap it and it'd fly away. Tonka is living happily with 13 other chimps. He's got a girlfriend, Ursula. He has BFFs and some that not, but they're all kind of dysfunctional chimps. Like they're from entertainment. They never were socialized in the wild. Well, they weren't wild chimps. So it's not like you got this ass kicker from a jungle who's a wild chimp. They're all misfit toys. So Tonka's doing great. He does not have congestive heart failure. No. So she just made that up.
She's not a vet.
And well, she said she had a vet come. And then I don't know if they ever said if he had a stroke. He is old. But here, this is why she thinks they betrayed her. Yeah, I'm not going to, there's a lot going on here. She still raises exotic animals in Sunrise Beach, which is Lake of the Ozarks. She's currently brokering monkeys to their forever homes.
Huh.
Yeah, but wait till I tell you what has happened to her since.
When was this filmed? Do you know?
I think it was filmed in 2022.
Okay.
I think.
So this is all 2 years ago.
Yeah, and this is after the one in Connecticut ate that lady's face off.
That was horrifying.
This is where they all are now, so we don't need to go through that. Sorry, that article wasn't really...
Well, we need to know where they are now.
You need to know where everybody's at?
Yes.
Okay, well, I thought it was interesting.
Tonka's in the reserve.
Well, hold on. Below is an update to all the chimp moms and everybody who's in it. Tanya Haddix, I told you, is still raising... She also, though, went and visited another male chimp, someone else's, I don't know whose, she doesn't say, and got in the cage with it, and it just tore her ear off, her hand's in some all messed up bandage, her foot doesn't work. It beat the shit out of her. She's lucky she's alive.
Yeah.
I don't know what it will take for these people to understand.
They are animals.
They're very dangerous.
Yeah.
Right. As a little one, fine.
Yeah.
You want to hold the one in the diaper, you know.
At the zoo.
But she's mad. They took him from the only home he knows, the only mother he knows, and he woke up in a sanctuary setting and he doesn't know what happened. Well, you don't know that he's unhappy.
Right.
I saw the video of him. He looks very happy.
Did you say his son?
He has a son. I'm going to tell you about that.
Okay.
Sandy Harold was the mom, quote, they all say they're its mother, of Travis, the one in Stamford, Connecticut that ate Charla's face off. She died in 2010, but she got another chimp.
What?
Yep.
After that?
Yeah, she co-adopted. She co-adopted one, and it lived in Florida, and she spent all her money to go visit it, and even snuck it back to Connecticut. It's like a weird addiction.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very strange. Charla sued Harold for $50 million, but only received $4 million in 2012.
Wow.
Yep. The niece of Sandy, currently works as a real estate agent in Connecticut.
There you go.
Dwayne Cunningham, he's the go-between producer on the show, proxy director, if you will. He's an animal consultant. He used to work at the Big Cat Sanctuary.
Really?
Yeah.
With Carol Baskin.
According to his Facebook, he's an animal consultant. Connie Casey, the older lady. Let's see. PETA filed a lawsuit against her for poor living conditions in a settlement agreement signed by PETA. She included a provision that neither Haddix nor Casey could ever own, possess, or exhibit chimps again. And then Alan Cumming, the actor who's in it, he hosts a show called The Traders.
Excellent.
There you go.
He's pretty cool.
That's what happened to everybody.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah. This is a little something update on Tonka.
Okay.
Chimp Crazy's primate star Tonka was reunited with his long-lost son,
Hey! That's funny.
Caleb.
Caleb?
They took him.
What a weird name.
They reconnected. He got taken to the Florida Sanctuary.
Fun.
Yeah, I didn't know. Who was Tonka mating with? Were they selling these things for $50,000 a pop?
Maybe he was mating with the Dolly Parton lady.
It's so creepy.
So weird.
In 2022, he reconnected with his son, Caleb. Like his father, the younger chimp was bred for the entertainment industry as an infant. The primates were left at separate facilities. The organization refused both, and so that's how they got adopted separately. After 3 decades and behind basements and crappy places, isolated from other chimps, Tonka is now fit, relishing in the sunshine on our 150-acre sanctuary with a gregarious group of 17 chimps who get the state-of-the-art vet care. Tonka will turn 33 on October 5th. He's a Libra. Yay! He's a Libra. Yay! He's enjoying his second act in peace with family, friends, dignity, and freedom. Chimps can live into their 60s.
He likes long walks.
He could make it to Social Security. And he worked. He probably gets it. He had gigs.
Yep.
I wonder if he has a number. Not a Social Security, but he probably has a number.
Right.
He should get his money back.
Yeah.
According to Caleb's bio, he previously lived at the Wildlife Way Station, an animal refuge in California that closed in 2019. He was one of 42 chimps left that needed a new home. The North American Primate Sanctuary Alliance led chimpanzees in need finding sanctuaries for the displaced chimps. He was a bit nervous when he came to save the chimps, but soon adjusted, where he enjoyed playing with a friend named Jacob and soaking up sunshine.
Wow.
With the addition of Tonka, the trio moved to the 3-acre Dug Island, where they found the companionship of a large family.
That's awesome.
A happy ending.
That's wonderful.
All right, good for PETA for making all that happen. That's enough of chimp crazy. This is before I do holy shit. They found it just because everybody should know this. I don't know why this isn't on the news more. There's a tiger that escaped a zoo in Mexico.
What?
And it has made its way to where? Texas.
Stop it.
An adult Bengal tiger is roaming around Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where?
Well, I'm going to tell you kind of where. Reynosa.
People's ring doorbells are going off.
Yeah, imagine if was your ring in the front yard. Oh, are the deer out there? Rah! An escaped Bengal tiger feared to have crossed Mexico's border into Texas has finally been spotted over the weekend. This is this past weekend.
Unbelievable.
Days after the tiger was first reported missing from Reynosa's La Fauna Zoo in Mexico, officials reported the first sighting of the elusive big cat. Aaron De La Cruz, director for whatever, the zoo. It's too long. Say the wayward tiger, they got a first glimpse, and they're setting up traps on Sunday.
Wow.
While the crews followed the tiger and attempted to shoot it, it took off and hid amongst the trees.
That's crazy.
They found muddy paw prints and things he left behind. Oh, he's already killed some pigs and hens. He's got to eat.
Wow.
He's got to eat. Good for him. He knows how to hunt.
Yeah.
If he was born in a zoo and shit, he might not know how.
That's crazy.
They told him nearby residents to take precautions, especially at night. That's when the tiger's most active, and to stay away from mountainous areas. But you got to Google where the zoo is if you really want to know. Prior to the weekend sighting, Tony the tiger, get it? Was previously seen along the banks of the Rio Grande after escaping the zoo, putting Texas officials near high alert. The zoo is south of Hidalgo, Texas. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Tigers are excellent swimmers and can swim up to 7 miles a day.
That's crazy.
Yep. It will not be hard to get across the Rio Grande.
No.
Nope.
No.
So just saying, heads up, Texas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Holy shit, they found it. Divers looked for treasure in the Titanic's wreckage and discovered a stunning lost statue. This is so cool. Researchers have uncovered the bronze Diana of Versailles statuette, once a centerpiece in the doomed Titanic's first-class lounge.
Oh, cool.
And now mired in ocean muck. It marks the first sighting of the Roman goddess Diana statue since 1986 and highlights the sunken ship's ongoing decay. The Georgia-based RMS Titanic has the only legal salvage claim to the Titanic. The famous, well, we know the ship and all that shit. They hope to uncover, it's only 2 foot tall. It's a 2 foot tall statue.
Wow.
Yeah. It once appeared in a photograph in 1986, but it hadn't been seen since. The team had no idea of where the statue sat, away from the ship, but only a few hours left on the final day of the 2024 expedition, and time waning, the researchers were losing hope. But Fortune favored the search, and the team found and photographed the statue in the nick of time.
Cool.
So they have pictures of it. Should we go get it?
Yes.
Oh! I don't know.
You don't think so?
It's a graveyard. I think it should be left alone. But that's my Catholic creepy side.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
By the way, the once miraculously intact railing surrounding the bow's forecastle deck was missing a 15-foot long section. It's falling apart. Maybe we should go get it before it falls apart, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a Libra question. It could take me years. I could write
Acid
17
Acid
termites. Should we go get, should we bring it up?
Yes.
I don't know. It's kind of like grave robbing.
No, it's not. It's history.
Well, everything in a coffin is history.
Yes. I agree.
So should we raid all coffins?
That is not what I said.
That was your logic.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the ship.
Well, the ship is a coffin.
Oh.
Just
that's a
saying.
Libra response.
No, that's a legal response.
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, that's a little Jack coming at you. Oh my God. Tarantula warning for 8 states.
What?
Yep. This is how global warming, when people say there's no climate change, bullshit. Like, I don't know what's causing it. Me and Mark will get in. You want to? Somebody should record me and Mark talking about what's causing global. Well, neither one of us probably got anything more than a C in science. He's like, well, I don't know, Kathleen. I mean, whatever we're doing, if it's not gas, if it's the gas cars, well, what about the batteries from the electric? I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything about any of that, Mark. Just hit the pickleball. Can you just hit the pickleball? I don't know what's causing anything.
You're on the same team?
Yes. He's like 6 foot, 7,000 feet tall. I just stay in the back with a seltzer in my hand and hit shit that gets through. I'm like, I just keep going, you got it, Pinky. And then he's like a giant orangutan at the net. Well, he can't go in the kitchen. He forgets that sometimes. But you're not allowed in that space. And he just, boom, his big old arms. That's the key, shorties. Get yourself a big-ass tall partner. Get those seltzers right behind the line.
Shut up, Vicky. Hit the ball.
Yeah, just shut up. Hit the ball. Neither one of us are qualified to be having this conversation. It's idiotic.
Oh, my God.
See, so like when I was a kid in Missouri, there were no armadillos. They were only in Texas. Then they marched to Oklahoma, and then they marched to Missouri because the temperature has gotten 1 degree warmer, they can survive a Missouri winter. And now they're everywhere. There were never tarantulas in Missouri when I was a kid. Well, these hairy spiders, known as Texas brown tarantulas, are able to they're entering their mating season, which runs from late August until October. They're crawling out. Have you ever seen a whole pack of them crossing a highway?
No.
Oh my God. I saw it in Oklahoma once. It looks like you see the road, which looks gray or black, but then you see a much darker shade, but you see it moving.
Oh.
And you're like, what the fuck? You can see it from a long way away because they travel in giant bunches.
That's crazy.
It's horrifying. The spiders are bigger than 4 inches. They're native to New Mexico, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri. No, they're not. They have moved there. They were not there when I was a kid.
Right.
And they're mostly males. They're running around looking for a mate. So those are the states that are on high alert if you live in one of those states.
Hide.
The females can live up to 20 or 30 years. Imagine having a 30-year-old spider.
No,
Jesus.
I'd freak out.
The males die a lot sooner. I don't think they're poisonous, though. But it wouldn't matter because as soon as I saw one, I don't think so. Like to people.
We're going to look that up.
They're too large to get through narrow gaps in your doors, so they're unlikely to come in your home. If it does come, experts suggest you using a bowl and paper to remove it safely. No, well, I'm not going to kill it. I don't want to smash it, but I'm not. No, I'm just leaving and burning the house down. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They're not aggressive and they're not jumpers, so people shouldn't worry about them, but I can understand people viewing them as a pest if they find them in the house.
Oh, my God. No.
They're shy unless provoked.
That's a hard no.
At this time of year, they're just hunting for food and a mate. Yeah, I don't care what your reason is. When there's no other alternative, they'll face off by standing on their back 4 legs and showing their fangs. Well, what's not fun about that? This is typically a spider in the human when the human part ways and no one gets hurt. However, they will bite as the last result.
I think that deserves a goat.
Resort, sorry.
I think that deserves a goat.
They can also release the spiny hairs on their body when threatened, which can cause an itchy rash on the skin. I'll have to Google. I don't think they, if they bite a human, I don't think it's,
I think that deserves a goat.
yeah, that's what let's say I walked in and there was one look at a baby cat.
Yeah.
And knowing those yahoos, these cats, they wouldn't do shit.
Oh my God.
There was a possum up here eating their treats, and they don't even, they are so lazy. They don't even like move wherever they're laying and they're lounging. They're like, "Meow."
Because
They
they
don't-
know more will come.
Well,
Yeah. That's on you.
that's not on me.
That's on you.
No, this is crazy.
That's on you.
That's on Chapo. This guy, I signed up for a 3-year, $90,000 cruise, but never left dry land.
What?
Yeah, and many of my friends are stranded like the Fire Festival.
3 years? Oh my
Well, we
God.
talked about it when it was being
Yeah,
offered.
yeah.
Like, I don't even want to go 3 days.
No.
More or less 3.
Ugh.
This is so fucked up.
Wow.
9 months after his wife died of brain cancer in September of 2022, Rochester, New York native Rami Mina, 82, planned to cruise around the world.
Unbelievable.
That's not a bad idea if you're 82. Sign up for 3 years.
Right. You
Yeah.
make some friends.
Yeah, the retired engineer. Yeah, you'd make a lot of friends.
Exactly.
And then you'd know who you didn't like and who you did like. And the retired engineer sold his house in Temecula, California, and submitted a $5,000 deposit to Life at Sea Cruises, a 3-year world trip run by Turkey-based parent company Murray Cruises, which promised passengers. We told people about this.
Yeah.
Which promised you a once-in-a-lifetime voyage sailing 130,000 miles, 375 ports, and 135 countries for $30,000 a year. It was slated to depart from Amsterdam November 2023. And then here's the thing. He reserved a cabin. He was all excited. He's a very cute guy, too. Very cute. He's got his little shirt on. He's very cute. And then he was super, super excited. He met a handful of people that were going, so he already had some friends. I got to get through the bullshit.
Probably on a Facebook group.
The company said it was issued refund in monthly installments from mid-December through February of 2023 through February of 2024. They were supposed to leave from Istanbul. That got changed to Amsterdam. They didn't have the ship. I do remember this. Yeah. But now we've gone into 2024 and no one's getting their money back.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, what are these old people supposed to do?
Right.
That is just, man, you need a better lawyer. Sorry. Somebody's got to get a better lawyer.
How much was it?
And you need a better PR person.
Do you know?
$90,000.
90 grand. Wow.
Well, he signed up for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have spent a lot more. I mean, he just got a regular one. We saw the writing on the wall. They didn't have the boat. They didn't have the ship. It was all bullshit. So I don't know how these people do it. Can you imagine, though?
Crazy.
Or I would have just lived in the... Well, you can't. They're waiting for the final clearance to launch the Caribbean and South America while some passengers who sold their homes are just left waiting.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's horrible. We need class action.
I'll do an update.
Yeah.
There is a class action lawsuit, but it doesn't seem to... This is a problem with the law. It moves too slowly.
I know.
This guy could be dead by the time...
That's terrible.
I know. Just saying. This is what I'm saying. Buy the insurance, but that won't even pay off.
No.
No. The world oldest man had his birthday.
Did he?
Yep.
How old is he?
He's 112.
Wow.
He's absolutely adorable.
Cool.
Yeah. He was born the same year the Titanic sank.
Huh, but you don't want to go get.
I don't know about that. I don't know. John Alfred Tinniswood was born the same year the Titanic sank and when New Mexico and Arizona became U.S. states. He's now the world's oldest living man. He was born on August 26, 1912.
Wow.
He's celebrating his 112th birthday. He's marking the occasion with friends and family at his care home in the western English seaside town of Southport.
Care home sounds lovely.
He said he felt, yeah, care home.
Care home.
It's like Care Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a care home. We say old folk home.
He said, I don't feel the age. I don't get overexcited about it. That's probably why I've reached it. I just take it in stride like anything else. The father of one, grandfather of four, great-grandfather of three was declared the oldest man alive by Guinness World Records in April. He's also the world's oldest surviving male World War II veteran.
Oh,
Look at him.
thank you for your service.
He says that to stay healthy, practice moderation. He likes to listen to the radio and still performs many daily tasks, such as getting out of bed, managing his finances without assistance.
Come on.
Yeah.
How much? Is it all
said-
cash? Probably all
He said, I can't think of any special secrets. I was quite active as a youngster. I did a lot of walking, but to me, I'm no different to anyone else. No different at all.
When I was a youngster, and I was 90.
Yeah. Commenting on what he thinks the world will look like in another 112 years, he said, "Oh, good Lord. Well, I want to stay more honesty between the various countries. They all put, including our own, all put on a bit of a show now and again. He's 4 years younger than the oldest woman, blah, blah, blah. We know all this. The oldest person that ever lived, well, they don't count the Asians, and that's bullshit. There's one guy in China they said was 226, and I believe him.
Wow.
Yeah. Jean Calmet from France lived 122 years. But I still say that's because they don't count the Asians. The ones that don't have any kind,
Right.
yeah. They say, well, you can't prove it. Well, if I'm fucking 200 years old, how am I supposed to prove that?
Right.
More Red Lobsters are closing. They're closing 23 additional locations.
That's horrible.
I know. That's going to join more than 100 that closed earlier this summer. Where am I supposed to get my Cheddar Bay biscuits?
Right. You know, you
I'm going to have to start going a lot more frequently.
can
Okay,
make
this,
Your own. You can make your own. You know that?
I know I have made my own Cheddar Bay biscuits. They were good, but they're not as good.
Not the same.
No,
No.
I don't think so. No. Hold on. I'm deciding. I'm editing
Okay.
what I'm doing here. Well, hold on. Everybody hold on. Oh, that's a great story. I'm going to talk about this because I can't stand him.
Okay.
This is how I feel about Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell is in charge of the NFL. And to me, and I'll go ahead and say it, I consider part of the NFL owners, half of them, to be the mob. And then there's a good side. The Packers people own stuff. I like the Carolina Panther owner. He doesn't seem to be in on it. There's good guys out there and good women out there. Amy, who owns the Titans, she's not part of it.
You're not happy with your quarterback, but
No, she's got to get better. Pick her people. I mean, you can't. Will Levis. Oh my
he likes mayonnaise.
God. Sometimes he talks like he's a 9-year-old boy. Like when Jack and his friends would get together and go, "Wait do you see how far I can throw the ball like a cat? My arm's a cannon. It's a cannon." I'm like, that's how Will Levis speaks as a full-grown adult man.
Yep.
I got a cannon. Well, yeah, but Will, it's aimed at the wrong people. Can you aim your cannon?
you make your cannon.
Jesus Christ. But this is so bad, and it's super bad for people my age who then have to help your parents
Right.
do this.
Right.
Roger Goodell, I can't even look at him. He defends the NFL strength. So if you don't like sports, this is really a business article. This is not about learning how to play, understanding football or nothing. This is, if you liked football, though, this is what you have to do now.
Crazy.
In an age when the NFL continues to do anything to make a buck, I will not even get into them going to Brazil and London. How much is Roger? How much are they all pocketing?
Yeah.
And if you can afford to give
You told me
$100 bazillion to Dak Prescott, that means you've got billions and billions and billions, or you wouldn't give it to him.
Right.
I know they wouldn't. They don't share on purpose.
Right.
They don't do it out of the kindness of their heart because it doesn't exist. But these foreign games, they're saying, oh, we're going to grow the game globally. What? No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You just got paid to go down there and do a football game. And now these people that play on these teams, I know they get paid well, but that wasn't the initial agreement.
No.
Wait, I'm what? I'm flying to Brazil?
Right.
To do what? To the Eagles? To play whomever. I can't remember.
Packers.
The Packers. I watched the game. Then they didn't even plan right because green is a big gang color, and they told them all the fans don't wear green. Both teams are green. Jesus, how hard would it have been to get the Cardinals? They're red, and the Cowboys, they're blue. Oh, great, no green.
The Cardinals.
But, sorry, I digress there. The league's commissioner doesn't seem to have any issue with asking league's consumers to shell out more money than they ever have before. not only is it expensive to go to an NFL game, but if you want to watch every single game, you're going to have to give up an arm and a leg. This is what it's going to cost. Hold on. Let me just get to him. I think he might be dumb. Because sometimes I think he says things and believes it. Like he said, the bottom line is you have to go where your fans are. Our fans are moving off onto streaming platforms. Netflix is a good example of that. Peacock is a good example. Right. Many of us watch things on platforms, but we don't want to watch 16 games on 16 different platforms. No. You did that, Roger. Right. You did that. Mm-hmm. If you told us they're all going to be on Amazon, fine. Yeah. Then I can tell my parents, set their shit up every week. How, are we going to watch the Chiefs? Right. Well, you let me go look, and then we got to set all that up. This is how much the NFL has made. Mm-hmm. YouTube TV paid them $2 billion for Sunday Ticket. Wow. Amazon, $1 billion annually for the Thursday Night Football game. Oh, my God. $120 million for a playoff game, and $100 million for the Black Friday game. So far... Wow. I have to give my my mom and dad have it. But a lot of people's parents don't, or they don't know how to sign in, and then the calls start. Because it's just too hard.
Kathleen, did you get a code?
I know. That'll be the next thing. There'll be codes flying on my phone. It's 5 minutes before I'm supposed to go on stage, and I'm like, what? Who's doing what? God damn it. Netflix, $150 million for 2 Christmas games. So they all have to be signed into Netflix and ready to go on Christmas, or they're not going to have any football. So far we're up to $103 billion, $150 million.
Unbelievable.
So far, I'm not done. Peacock paid them $110 million for a playoff game. One. I mean,
isn't Peacock NBC?
Peacock is NBC, but sometimes it's only on Peacock, and it's not on NBC. Right. And they all think they're so smart. I put on Instagram a video where literally now these corporations are trolling each other through tweets on my home screen. I'm like, grow up, go to your room, settle your fight, and let me know what happened. Right. It literally said, Disney doesn't want you to be able to enjoy football. This was on DirecTV's thing. And I'm like, dear God. All I got to do is go to ESPN Plus streaming and I watch the game. Right. Do you people are you not aware that I can do that? Anyone can do that? No. ESPN Plus, what is it? $8 a month I pay that too. I'm probably paying for half the NFL.
It's like $85 a year.
$85 a year. Well, that's fine. Yeah. I don't care. I mean...
to not have to read that, yeah.
If anyone had a doubt, Roger Goodell is one of the most disingenuous people in sports. His latest claim that the NFL being on multiple streaming services and channels is the league being fan-friendly and is very, very positive with our fans. No, it's not. No, it's not. And now every bar, because they all have DirecTV, I have DirecTV, and I only keep it because I like the format. I should just ditch it, but whatever. I'm a childless cat lady. I got an extra buck every now and then. I'm just going to let myself be happy with a $21 billion class action lawsuit over NFL Sunday Ticket. It's hard to understand how NFL games being broadcast on ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, Amazon, Netflix, Peacock, ESPN, ESPN Plus, NFL Network, NFL Plus, Paramount TV, YouTube, and RedZone can be considered fan-friendly. Wow. And that's exactly what he said on CNBC.
Absolutely.
Wow. It's crazy. It's all about beneficial to our growth. It's like Live Golf. You're not trying to grow anything. Stop lying. But streaming also brings in technologies that I think are going to be really valuable to improve the experience. The experience is watching a football game. There's nothing more we can do. Nope. You could get a different quarterback than Will Levis. That would be more entertaining. But as far as technology goes, technology is not going to improve my viewing of a game. No. We're as good as it can get.
You can watch it on your phone.
He just takes the money and run. Like, if I was the players, I'd be like, wait, how much are they getting every year?
Do you think the players know this?
I think the players' union knows it. Yeah. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. The players themselves, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're aware of, but I think, and then this guy wrote a whole thing about if you're a Jets fan and you paid for that PSL, and Aaron, the Jets are going to be terrible again. Yeah, and you spent all your money thinking Aaron Rodgers, they just got their asses kicked. They might win this Sunday because It's the Titans. They should really celebrate this week. Because, I mean, get geared up. Have a big-ass tailgate this week. Because you could drive, hello, New York people. You could get on a plane and fly down here and see your Jets for cheaper than going to a real Jets game. I guarantee you get your ass on JetBlue and get down here. There'll be a ticket for sale for $60 downtown somewhere. Wow. Swear to God. It's just, I know a lot of friends of mine that have season tickets and they're all willing to give them up now. They're mad. And
about the Titans.
They're mad about the Titans. They're mad about things in the NFL. You know, they're mad about a lot of things. And
go back to your pickleball.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I have a feel-good story.
Okay, to make up for all that.
Sorry, it's a little ranting. These two children, they're young. They're very cute. Two girls walked 3 days for a pint of beer.
Of course they did.
The wilderness walk to Britain's remotest pub.
Cool.
It's far from your local pub. For Ellie Turner and her friend Glynis Matheson, it took a 3-day trek through one of Scotland's last great wildernesses to reach Britain's most remote pub.
That's awesome.
The pair, who live in Dundee, battled rain, high winds, and midges, those are the blow black flies.
Yeah.
Oh, God. For a pint at the Old Forge in Inverie on the western coast of Scotland. Despite the atrocious weather, they said it was all worth it for a portion of the community-owned pub's hand-cut chips. Oh, French fries. They went for the French fries.
Well done.
It feels very special when you finish that jersey. Here's my question. What about the way home?
Yeah.
Can I load my backpack with pints of cans? You got cans? You got anybody got cans? There's no roads to the city.
Wow.
The only way to reach it is by boat or on foot. Over the summer months, only a handful of people attempt it's 30 miles.
Wow.
From the last town to this town. They were well equipped. They do look like they know what they're doing. But yeah, like Europeans and Canadians, like I went hiking in all these places in Canadians, they are prepared.
Yes.
They got carabiners, they got bear spray, their clothes are right. They've got
footwear.
Walking things and their footwear's proper. You go into Smoky Mountains, it's some guy in flip-flops and a bottle of off asking me if there's a snack hut up at the top. Yeah, no, it's crazy, dude. There's a chicken and waffles and a Taco Bell. No, there's no snack. Look where we're at. None of them are prepared. One guy had a stroller. He's like, how much further is a waterfall?
Oh, my God.
I actually told him the truth. I told all the other ones that were just idiots. I was like, you're almost there. Keep going. But the guy with the stroller, I'm like, dude, you can't you got to turn around. There's bears out here and shit. And you look at your shoes. What were you thinking? Anyway, these two girls looked like they knew what they were doing. The journey was miserable, she told BB Radio Scotland. It was in the middle of the summer, but we were freezing. It was so wet. Thick mud sucked at their boots, and they had blistering night in a tent before finding shelter in a bothy the next evening. I don't know what that is. It was well worth it. It was one of the last wildernesses, and we feel it was special when you finish that journey. They're lucky there's nothing too dangerous in Scotland. There's some big-ass deer. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing. I don't think there's nothing that can eat you. No. They celebrated with a pint. Oh, my God. I would have lived there. I would have had to move in. Well, I'm here. No, I can't walk back. No. And French fries from some of the 300 pounds of potatoes that are shipped in every week. Wow. The new pub's ownership was an added attraction. The Old Forge was taken over by the community in 2022. About 70 of the community's 130 people are shareholders, and many helped to raise $1 million in donation and grants to buy and refurbish the pub. It's just a nice story, and it's a special community.
That's fantastic.
There we go. See? Look at the children doing cool stuff. Yeah. Some of the locals involved in the community buyout. Pub manager Will O'Neill moved there 13 years ago from Glasgow. He told the documentary, they're doing a documentary, the intention was to have a long weekend, but I fell in love with the place. Some people bought shares, not for a monetary benefit, but to support the business. The place has almost a mythical value, the strong community spirit, and the people on their quest for a pint.
I love it.
That's great.
That's great.
All right, there's your feel good story, termites. I got some thank yous to do. First, we'll do some quote. Well, I'll do the thank yous at the very end, and that way, let's do a quote, and then I'll do the thank yous. Okay, let's go to Tay Tay first. She's had such a busy week. This is where I know they're young and I'm not. They flew from Kansas City to New York for the U.S. Open, but they had just flown to Kansas City.
Yep.
And that's where I'd go, man, we could just watch the U.S. Open on the couch.
Right.
We don't need to. No.
No.
Because then he's got to fly, but he had to be back by Monday for practice.
He's got a jet.
In a Barbara Walters interview, Tay-Tay said, if a woman shares her experience in writing, she's over-emotional, or she might be crazy. That's what people say.
That's what people say.
I don't know about that. Let's go to Dolly.
You don't like it?
I don't know.
Okay. Whatever.
I'm going to find quotes by somebody crazy, like fun crazy, like Liza Minnelli.
Great.
Discussing her long-term career in an interview with the Tennessean, Dolly said, I may be a pioneer, but I'm blazing new trails all the time, so don't give up on me.
Whoa. Whoa.
And then she said in an interview on her Twitter page, my weakness have always been food and men in that order. She loves mashed potatoes. I know that. I've read that a bunch. Okay, we'll do the thank yous, and then we're going to get out of here, termites. There was a lot. Yeah. Buckle in. The Tarrytown people were like, what the actual fuck is going on here? I'm like, it's the podcast people. I go, they give me fun stuff. Don't just bring it all back. And then I always give them some of the beers and everybody's happy. And then there's always a little party backstage and it's all compliments of things that have been brought stage. Termite Lucille, a crocheted teddy bear and my homemade Kathleen bobblehead that also had baby cat on it. It was pretty fantastic. Germites, Eric and Dennis, duck fat cooking spray.
That's downstairs.
I know.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to use it.
I'm going to wait for Lewes. He's going to love it. If I say, look, I had duck fat's cooking spray, he'll eat anything I do with that just because it's duck fat.
Yeah. Termites,
Brennan and Bridget, local beer, my Bigfoot sticker, and a cat bisque.
Nice.
Pompeii limoncello. Susan brought it all the way back from Pompeii. I'm not the biggest limoncello fan, but I can be when it's cold out. So I'm going to wait.
Lewes will like it.
Yeah, Lou likes it. Some Haribo bears and my lounge sign from Regina, New Platts, New York. Local CT Market hat and tea. Apple cider. I do love a cider. Connecticut termite Joelle. Termites Maryland and Lorna. My Jersey maps. And there was a lot of maps. It was very nice. A Dolly little golden book and a Dolly Funko doll.
Nice.
Haribo's from Robin. Pickle chips. Those were delicious. Cinnamon gummies. I made Andrew taste one first. I'm like, sometimes I like cinnamon, sometimes I don't. It depends on what it's in. A cinnamon roll? Yes, I'm in.
Yep.
Cinnamon candy? My mom has about 7,000 pieces in her purse at all time. No. Too hot. These were good, though. Yeah. That was Jenna. And fellow Libra, Brian. Nice. Way to go, Brian. Shout out, shout out. We're almost done. Greenies. We needed greenies. The children are very unhappy here because they're so fucking picky. Somebody gave me these round salmon things, so I mix up all the snacks and put it in one big thing, and then I dump it out periodically. They ate around them. I was like, wow. And then there's this black cat. He's definitely feral, but he's sweet. I named him Cedric. And Cedric comes over. He ate around him. Wow. He's feral and doesn't want that shit. Wow. I'm like, wow. I much appreciate the greenies, Gail and Harry, and the Bigfoot tote bag, and then those crinkle toys the cats really like.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, they love them. That's Germites, Carol and Donna. And then in Wilmington, the Herr's chips that I tasted, some meat snacks was from Kristen and Diane. Steak chips, local beer from Danielle and Bill. Local beer, my Jesus air freshener. What? Yeah. And the mini Haribo bears is from Marilyn and Chad. And then the St. Bridget's Cross from. And then this lady, it's very nice when people buy a mass for my dad, and she bought a mass. And then the priest even signed it.
That's nice.
Yeah. And she got his name right, John P. Madigan Jr.
Where's it from?
It's from Judy Conway and family.
That's nice.
Yeah. She wrote a very nice note, and it's nice to know. Oh, it's from the Franciscan Friars of the Atonement. Excellent.
We have the best names.
I know.
Yeah.
The Catholics really do.
Feel a lot of flair.
Yeah. We're going to get into this one next week. That's another story for another time. All right, termites. I will see you guys out on the road. Columbus and Lexington is this weekend. And then it's off to Oklahoma City and Dallas.
Fun.
And this weekend opening will be Mike James. He's from Nashville.
Cool.
He's very funny and fun off stage too. Because I like it when you ask other comedians, hey man, so my opener, his wife's gonna have a baby and I gotta find somebody, blah, blah, blah. They will actually describe other comedians in this way to other comedians. I hope I'm both. They'll go, great on stage, terrible hang off stage. Or okay on stage, great hang off stage. I'm like, oh, define okay on stage.
Right.
Is it funny enough?
Right.
And then I'm like, I wonder how they would describe me. I would hope it would be funny and fun off stage. Like, I hope they're equally as fun. Mm-hmm. But I do remember Ron White. I will not say who he said it to the one time, but he said, he goes, yeah, so-and-so. I mean, he's a very good comedian, and he's an excellent golfer, but he is a terrible hang, and I told it to his face. I'm like, you're the worst hang. And I'm like, no, he's not.
No.
He'll sit there and have his red wine. What do you want?
Yep.
He's interesting. He's just a little awkward. You got to just get with the program. There's all kinds of people that are awkward as shit. I mean, it's a bunch of, we're circus clowns.
Right.
What do you want? The only time I've ever thrown the hammer down is there's a comedian, not Josh Blue, a different one with cerebral palsy, but he also would get way too drunk. And I flipped out one night and I go, you can either have cerebral palsy or be shit-faced, but both is too much for me. I don't know what I'm dealing with. And he laughed. He's like, that's it, Kathleen. And I'm like, I'm not kidding, Dan.
You guys talk to each other.
We talk to each other on a way that if there was a human resources department, their heads would have exploded and we would all be fired. Yeah, but we all feel very comfortable speaking to one another like that. And it's just the truth. And he was way too shit-faced for the green room.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. I'll take my sad trombone. And Stevie's going to say, are you ready? Stevie's going to do it today. Night, night, termites.